Okay, should we do our list selection
Welcome
again?
everyone. We got here Arthur and I again. I'm your host, the Duke of Hobbies, with again Arthur, and we're here watching the final top 4 game or top 8 game. I messed that up again. Top
I
8
don't
game.
know. They both look pretty shitty.
Uh, these guys have already
One
pre-picked,
and
but it's
two.
okay.
Ready?
So they're
Ready.
revealing which list they've picked.
Shocking. Okay.
As you can see, we got the list there, but let's show them now on the screen.
I
So
believe
players
that is
have picked their
probably the
list.
last time I will be setting a 2 hard for
And
this
right
defender.
player. Okay, so we got Rhett on the right side of the
How do we
screen.
do it the rest of the game?
He has Commonwealth
You.
defenders with Delta Squadron pilot. Both these are the initiative level 1 guys with fire control system, and then Emperor Palpatine hull upgrade on the Omnicrew pilot. Ryan bringing the 3-5 list for Scum, pretty deadly group. Cavill with Vet Turret Gunner, and we're actually going to increase the. Let's get these a little more visible here. There's not that many ships here. So ship name size. Boop, boop, boop. There we go, and let's get the ship stat size up a little bit. There it is. There we go. That looks nice. Now we can really see those. Okay, yeah, so Cavill with Crackshot, Dorsal Turret, Veteran Turret Gunner, and Prox Mines. Ketsu with Fearless, Kira, Shadowcaster, and Old Tyrok with Fearless. Arthur, you want to talk about Ketsu and Shadowcaster a little bit?
Sure, let me take a look at these guys, because you don't see Ketsu nor Kira a lot.
No, and it's an interesting combo I saw at Worlds here. It's pretty funny because you can actually get that big rock right in the middle of the game, of the board, and then don't care about it and drop a quick Kira surprise attack by Ketsu flying right over it. So.
Ketsu also is the guy that passes tractor tokens.
Yep.
So
at the start of each engagement, So at the start of each engagement phase, you may choose one ship in both your primary arc and your turret arc, and at range 0 to 1. If you do, it gains 1 tractor token. So it's funny because basically Ketsu sticks the entire game with its turret in its front arc the entire time, and just plays with its 3 tac dice, which is fine because it pairs really well with her ability. So.
I'm gonna track. So what I see on this when I see Ryan's list is I see bombs, which the defenders aren't gonna like. So when I see the I see bombs on Cavill.
Yep.
Defenders don't like that. I see this Ketsu that's going to be wanting to throw tractor beam tokens out, reduce their agility, throw them onto rocks, deny them shots, and I see Old Tyrok. Old Tyrok's going to come in, get range 1 on these guys, on one of them. They're going to say bye-bye to all their tokens, then you're going to get thrown onto the rock, not shoot, be -1 agility, and then they're just going to get the hammer dropped on them, and then they're going to go poof.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that when
We are, but
I guess we're not. Doesn't feel that way right now.
I know, Ryan. Good luck.
Nick, you want to set a time? I'll set the timer. You got a timer? All right.
Yep.
I said Red is a dick. Yes, he is. All right, I'm ready. We're ready. We shook hands, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, very good. I don't know why I'm shaking a dirty defender's hand.
Bump.
Bump, yeah. Dick, yes he is.
Okay, let's see. Now we're
There
good.
we go. There we go.
Minor technical difficulties. All right, so Rhett's list, we have the Palpatine in the shuttle, and the nice thing about the shuttle now is it has the guns out the back,
Yeah.
which, from playing it a lot in 1.0, it was you had to really be playing ahead to keep the guns of that shuttle active and involved in the game.
Yeah.
Now you can do this. You get more shots, even though they're weaker shots out the back.
Oh, you can see there. Ryan has early target locked one of the rocks right in the middle there. So now that rock is nothing for Ketsu. Go ahead about the defender or your talk about shuttle.
Okay, so I look at this and I just recently played a list that was very similar to this. You have Palpatine, and we see that he has the hull upgrade, so he's wanting to make sure that this shuttle stays on the board
Yep.
as long as possible, and for good reason. The Deltas are actually, I think, the best defender in the game. They're the cheapest, and they're also the PS1. So they're hard to block, and when you play these, you know they're going to last. They're not going to just go pop usually. So you can afford to be PS1.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I mean that is kind of scary on them because of that. So, typically you're like, I want to block these guys. And it's like, well, unless you devour the one, you're probably not, and they're going to get away with that 4K pretty regularly. Now, I mean, Ryan's again, this is all a range game, but this is an interesting range game because the turn Ryan needs to get that range one engagement, right?
Right.
So with that range one engagement, he gets their shot off, and if he doesn't kill that ship, it's behind him next turn. Nothing he can do about it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for Ryan, instead of trying to do the play their 4K dance game with them, I think the turn after that range one, he just turns and makes a turn and just lights out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, most likely for sure. And I mean, we're gonna have to see how this plays. Look how perfectly still these two stand. Drives me nuts. I always keep thinking the camera's gonna is out of frozen, and then you take a look, but it is active. So we're as I'm notorious for my technical difficulties, but it looks like we're doing pretty good now. So got a lot of help here with Arthur in the setup. Let me get the. So I'm pretty happy about the way things go. It looks like they're ready again. This is kind of a different game already from last night. Remember, Arthur?
Oh.
Yesterday, after 4 minutes, we already were shooting this game.
It's like 4 minutes. Well, we'll have a round of shooting, so it's still a typical Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, typical Pittsburgh. You know what? I was convinced. I was expecting a little bit slower move by Rhett there. I know he wants to go fast, but he didn't have to. And
Honestly.
now he's in an interesting spot because old T's gonna get range one of that defender. There's no way old T doesn't get range one of that one defender. Okay, so he's getting a.
Okay, so that explains.
How did he get that lock?
Coordinate from the shuttle.
Oh.
That's why I was trying to figure out why the.
Okay, so coordinate from the shuttle.
Okay, so the shuttle did a coordinate there, so that you saw the defender get a target lock. So I was actually wondering how he was going to be doing, getting his using the fire control systems when the defenders really don't want to take the target lock action.
Yeah.
They're either going to take a focus or they're going to want a barrel roll.
Yeah. And here we go. So let's see how fast. So he did a 3 straight with Ketsu, puts it at range 1. So we're going to get a defender that doesn't get to shoot this turn, which is really bad. Now the question here is Ryan, if Ryan boosts with old T here, because he's going to focus, right? Oh, he's just going to stay focused there. He thinks he's range 1 of that guy already. In all honesty, actually, he uses Shadowcaster. He uses Ketsu's ability to barrel that one on the rock, and then old T to strip. Oh, is he going to get both?
He's looking to see if he can do it. He knows he has it on the other one.
Yeah, okay, so he missed on red.
But
And
red doesn't matter so much. But red won't matter so much because it's not going to get to shoot.
Yep.
And the target lock on with the other one. Okay, so it's one shot on, he's going to face one shot here, and that red defender is going to get shot up.
Keep it down a little. We don't want to be shouting too loud. We're getting excited. Okay, so yeah, so there it is. We got any damage for the rock. Rhett, did you roll for the rock? Rhett, did you roll for the rock? Did he take a hit? Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm looking at it right there. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. That was my fault. I'll shut up.
Okay, so the red defender took a damage for the rock, being thrown on a rock, and that's the other benefit. Ryan's list has every trick in a book to avoid having to actually shoot at them. He can do damage to these guys via other effects that Rhett can't stop via Palpatine, via the token stack that he's generating.
So crit, hit, fearless to get that other third hit. So wait, what? Why did he roll 3 dice?
It's still
Kira. So they forgot the Kira, so they're gonna re-roll the dice here. Yeah. So gonna take one. Interesting. He has no shot, but he's trying to keep him alive. So red took one there and takes another one. So that is 2 shields down off of red already. I mean, Ryan's getting his shots, but he's not ideally getting any more. Oh, so this is old T probably shooting range 1 into. There we go. 4 hits here from old T. And that's going to be
3 damage.
3 right into the guy. Wow. Okay, so 2v3. This is his primary, getting 2 hits. Takes one more. That shields down on the blue defender. 2 hits. And takes another one. Jeez. Okay, so I'm a little confused on the health. No, okay. Oh, he might have done one less. Okay, so it is 4 shields down, so he's shieldless on his regular defender now. And fire control system kicking in, but only getting 1. And spends the focus and takes nothing. And the Lambda shuttle now shooting here. And safe. Okay, so Ryan walking out of there with no damage on him.
And he's just done what his game plan was. Heavy damage. Rhett took way more than he could afford to take there.
Well, I mean, one thing that's interesting is that the one of them is shieldless, and the other one is just down 2 shields. So he didn't kill one. Without killing that one, that's, I mean, I think Ryan kind of blocked the 4K from the blue one there. I don't think that 4K will fit. I think it will clip Katsu, but the other one, the red one, gets to go right through. Now he won't get his evade action because he's going through a rock again.
And he won't be able to take any actions.
Yeah, but at this point, wouldn't you rather just be behind him again?
Yeah. No.
Because he can use Palp here to give him a little bit of a mod. Or actually, what I would do is do I would move blue.
3 hard.
Probably to the right, but then you get the shuttle up in there and coordinate either a barrel. He's going to use the shuttle to coordinate one of the 2. So so whoever he goes with first, he's not coordinating. But and they're all 1, so that's why he can kind of do this combo. The red defender could be coordinated a barrel off. Well, he can't go through it. Okay, so yeah, he can coordinate him a target lock, give him fire control system, and then he'll have PALP, and he can be firing into Ketsu. So.
All right, so we think in a red defender we'll do a 4K.
Now, do you think he drops procs here at all? Do you think he drops proxy at all with shuttle first? Okay.
Shuttle first. Okay, so the one bank, that was kind of what I expected, and I'm expecting like a 3 hard out of the other defender, the one that took that has shields down.
Oh, coordinating a boost. So he's coordinating a boost here. If that fits, then he's 4K'ing that way, and he's in great shape. And there it is.
There it is, okay.
So we're getting our 4K. Is that number? Is that 2 in a row there? That's 2 complaints already about the
defenders.
That's 2. We're keeping track.
Our new statistic for this game is how many times will Ryan complain about defenders?
All right. So, I mean, that was a good move by him. It allows him to get that nice position.
Yeah, and even like what I was thinking was with the 3 hard was you get a potential block on a bunch of guys.
That looks good, Rhett. Yeah, that looks like it's straight on again. So this is just a 5 straight. So he ain't even. He's just going fast and not turning around. Which I don't think that's not a bad idea because that's the guy that's hurt so much. No,
the guy that's hurt so much was the.
That is Blue that took all that damage. Yeah. He's safe from the rock. 50-50, so he split it.
But getting a free damage off that rock.
Clutch.
Yeah.
He gets the evade. He gets the avoid because it's rocks don't stop fully executing.
Right.
That's right. So he gets his evade token still. All right, Ketsu. This is the rock that Ketsu has locked, so she does not care. So she gets to do a 5K. Is it a 5K on that thing? Let me see. Let's see. That is a 5K. That is a strong 5K there. So. And look at that. Now she just takes a stress. No, doesn't have to worry about the rock, and the next turn just gets to do a 3 straight blue right over top of it. She's back in this. The Kira trick is scary good. Okay, so now here we go.
Now we're getting
a boost focus.
Boost focus. He's wanting that other. He's wanting the one he's hurt gone.
Yeah. Well, he has to, right? And now he stripped everything that the defender is benefiting from is gone because of old T.
When I see old T as a defender player, I'm very scared of him.
You have to be. I mean, it makes sense, right? He should have been Red's primary target, not Ketsu. He has to take out old T because old T just shuts down the biggest advantage of the defender. I have a focus evade every turn, right?
Exactly. Ketsu tractor beaming you, throwing you around. That's if you're thinking that you're going to be going against him, you bring gas clouds.
Yeah.
Bring gas clouds. Bring debris. Debris is a little bit worse off than gas clouds.
Ooh. Hit crit. Solid roll. Takes a crit into that guy. Disabled power regulator.
So we're going to see an Ion here.
Yep. So he's basically dead. Yeah. So Ryan used ulti, tricked and then Ketsu got a hit crit. So pretty strong roll to start off. And now this is ulti trying to finish him off. Yep. Oh, and because there was Shadowcaster hit, he tractored him. That's a dead defender. Direct hit. So that's, I mean.
Yeah, it's. Because even if Ketsu tractors you, you're just like the N1. Only thing you have a lot more health.
Yeah, exactly.
N1's stick around.
You're an N round without Ricky Bobby's ability.
Yeah, but which and N1s survive.
Yeah, but I mean, he did old T there. If this is range 2, this is a great shot for the shuttle because he can hurt old T here.
Even if it's range 3.
Yeah, and it's without a focus. So here we go. 4 dice. Wait. Why 4 dice?
Hey,
Oh, Cavill. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just. Wow. Wow. So.
Structural damage.
and damaged engine. So now, where the heck is that? Okay, so damage engine, his hards are now red. They're all difficulties increased, and then structural damage. He ain't even rolling any
Defense dice.
dice. So Cavill's
But Cavill's
Cavill in this match is just Cavill's only good shots are ever against the shuttle, and he doesn't care now. He killed one defender. He got one defender down to 2 shields left, and he has a full health ulti and a full health Ketsu. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's in great shape.
Ryan's in very much command of this.
Yeah. I mean this.
Ryan's list is definitely a very much a counter to defenders.
It's a counter, but it doesn't allow the defenders to play how they want to play. So all you have to do is you have to just not play like a defender for a couple turns, and that's the turn that you kill ulti. As soon as you kill ulti, then you can start playing like a defender
player. Yeah.
Yeah. Ketsu's a threat, but Cavill's not a threat for the defenders at all. I mean, he's annoying, but Ketsu's pain because of the tractor ability, as we saw with the Shadowcaster hit there, right? Range 0 to 2 or 1 to 2, hit a guy, get the throw tractor. Well, that was lucky because he had no mods on Ketsu, and then, but he set it up where he was just trying to do some damage, and then he got to kill him. I mean, ulti not killing that defender, it's really hard for him not to kill it because Rhett's solely relying on a palp evade and natty rolls. While Ryan has fearless and a focus. Too hard. Oh, he rolling for the rock. He's safe. So Ryan hits a rock with ulti there, but
now if you're Rhett, you have to say I have to.
You have to kill him.
You have to go. Whatever you have to do. The only problem is that he's not got a target lock.
Yeah.
And it's going to be range probably 3 shots from both.
Well, Rhett's gonna use the palp shuttle to kill Cavill here. I mean, he has to at this point.
Well, that's right. Ryan hasn't moved to
Cavill. Yeah, Cavill hasn't moved, so he bumped. So doing the 2 straight clears that stress.
Next turn, because if he doesn't, Ryan's
if he doesn't, he gets to drop procs on him for free.
Yeah, it's a free procs.
I mean, Cavill has a range 3 shot into that defender. Is that really going to help anything? I don't think so that much.
Well, I think you start off with. Ryan's starting off with it. Okay, see,
he wants to hit. He wants to hit, and if he does, then he reduces the agility. So 1 hit, safe. So yep. So he was hoping to just kind of pop. Oh. Hit crit. Safe.
Here's where the defenders become immortal. Get ready for complaint number 3.
Well, I think Ryan did the right moves. I didn't like Gold T's move. I get why you do the 2 hard, you clear the stress and everything, but I think you just do the
2 straight.
Yeah, you just kind of go around the rock. All right. Yep. So this is in the Cavill. 3. Yep. 1 left. So yeah. So there you go. So that's a pretty. And
it's enough to kill Cavill.
Yep. Yeah. So he's not even gonna roll. Can you roll the 1 die for me? No. There you go. Thank you. Doesn't matter. He still dies. So I mean, Rhett took a ship off the board, but I think we're both in agreement on this one. That's not the threat.
No, that was not the threat. And Old T's still on the.
Now hold on. Let's check Old T's wording here, because I can't remember. Okay, so the ship has to be at range 1.
Right.
So if Rhett sets up a bump into Old T with the Delta.
He wouldn't be range 1. He would
Now,
be
when does Ketsu's ability trigger?
both, or I think both are at start of activation.
They're both started the engagement.
Mhm.
So here's a fun thing. So even if Rhett forgets this,
You
then
bump them and then you barrel roll them off.
and then you trigger ulti at range 1 of the Delta and strip all the tokens.
Right, because you can barrel roll and push them back and then hopefully catch them still in arc.
So
It'll barely be in arc, but
so right now, going 3 is really bad for Rhett.
sometimes the defender's best move is to not do a 3, 4, 5. That's
I
where a lot of the newer players that when they see the defender and they see it doesn't die, so they just pick the ship and then they stop. They learn the mechanics of the games, the basics of the games, but they stop progressing because they don't learn. They get in their head. I gotta go 3. I gotta go 3.
Yeah,
I gotta go 3.
yeah, we're seeing players who do that with the N1. I think at Worlds there's a couple good examples of players who were flying Ricky who didn't go fast, who didn't take that evade token, and they went slower than expected, and then they were just not in the kill box at all. That their opponent thought he has to do a 3 here, or he has to do a 4 here, and so no, I agree completely with you on that. But that's the defender crutch. That's a mechanic crutch that if you let that get to you and don't expand on your own play style, that hurts.
It did to me.
But
But
I think one thing is true is I think we're all as a group we've gotten to expand away from that times. But I mean and there's no slate on Rhett. Rhett's behind, so he has to do something.
yeah, he has to take chances. There's
Yeah.
no, and Rhett took the thing that Rhett's an Imperial player, and
So let's see. He just did 3 hard to the left, disengaging. I think that's the right call,
right,
which is
yeah,
unfortunate because he has to disengage. Now, do you boost right here or do you just take a focus? I think you boost right.
you boost. You boost
Yep, there it is.
because Ryan's more than likely probably going to turn it you
What did he do with Ketsu here?
just like a 1 straight, I
Yeah,
think.
just did the 1 straight. I'm surprised. I thought he would go as fast as like a 3. Taking evade, making himself really hard to hurt.
No, Ryan was you go slow, you do the 1 hard, and he was expecting Rhett to go 3 straight.
Yeah. Now, so if Rhett's in a great spot here to straight up murder. He can. I mean, if this is a range 2,
2 shot, you definitely.
I mean, it looks like it's range 2, and if it's range 2, OT's in trouble. Appreciate that. Here we go. So, I mean, you shoot at OT.
You
Don't
don't.
wait the shots they catch it.
Okay, the range one's so tempting, but the threat is definitely. I would be shooting old Tarok.
I would be too. I mean, he's a 4-hull ship. What if you generate a crit? No,
Damaged engine.
yeah, yeah, right.
Help the.
Uh, so, I mean, he had a focus, so he's most likely to get that evade, but like, that's brutal. I mean, that was just a bad roll for Rhett there.
Yeah,
Like
that roll didn't help Red at all. But
that.
the shuttle's in a great spot because it's not ever going to rely on having tokens to survive. It doesn't need them.
Yep.
So old Tarok's not as big of a threat. Old T can come in and hurt the shuttle here for free this next turn.
I think we see a 5 straight from Old T. I think Old T disengages.
Disengages.
Yeah, and I think we see is the 5K too far? Is the 5K too? Do you think the 5K is too far for Ketsu?
No, I don't think that's.
I can't. It might. Go take a look.
Take a look at that.
All right, so Arthur's going to take a look for us. We're pretty close. That's why we're talking the way we are. So you think it fits?
I think it fits.
Okay, so from Arthur's point of view, he thinks it fits, which I agree. But I mean, does he do it? Does he just go 3 hard right with Ketsu and continues the hunt? Oh, stop by the shuttle. I don't know if you stop there.
It's a stress you don't need to take.
Yeah, I mean,
But because you're not getting an action anyway, you might as well just one bank.
yeah, exactly, right?
I've always, when I played Howard Aces back in 1.0, so when I was playing Howard Aces back in 1.0, the one thing that you always wanted to do, it was a resource, was the stress on the shuttle. And a lot of times people would guess 0 stop and the rain and like, okay, you don't get an action there. So you one straight in or one bank, you move up a little bit and you bump into something and you're like, who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
And
All right.
and the benefit is you don't have a stress.
Real quick catch up though, that we get a 3 hard right from Ketsu. Um, Ryan's on the phone call right now. But he did a 3 hard with Ketsu. Ketsu, he's debating his action with her once. So he's just taking the bait. I'm a little surprised. I thought he might boost, but I think that would only put him at range 2 of the defender. And he needs to be at range 1. Um, I think you just see a barrel focus here from Old T. There it is. Yep, there's that barrel roll focus. So he's going to link it. He's guaranteeing he's in range 1. He gets fearless when attacking, and he gets Concordia when he's on.
And with the focus, he's
Yeah, and then because of that barrel roll, he's definitely not going to get shot at by the defender now. So I believe this is Old T. Yep. So he's just getting 2 hits. Takes 1. That's one more down on the shuttle. Oh, looks like I forgot to put a damage into the shuttle earlier. Oh well.
and the difference is that shuttle would have been slightly further forward. He might not have been able to barrel roll there.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Arthur, if you didn't catch that, said that if he did do that one bank or one straight there from the shuttle instead of stopping, that old T wouldn't have been able to barrel there. Now it would probably the results would.
He would just boost out of there, but
Yeah, but I mean,
it's a damage you saved yourself.
yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't go range 1 with a focused old T.
No.
No, so 2. Yep, and spend the evade. So, right, hot dice by both of you. Uh, yeah. No, it was okay. Yeah, so kind of a nothing turn really. Basically, no combat. Um, Interesting though is like we're seeing a couple good range 1 shots here from both players, and not a lot of return from there. I mean, we've had a couple, but like Old T, 2 hits with Fearless and a Focus with 4 dice.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a little low, right? And then, but like Palp Shuttle, range 2, range 1 now. And he's only getting like 1 or 2 hits now. Typically it's like, well, you only have one, you have no mods. You shouldn't be complaining about it. But he has a mod. He always has the force. He always has the Palp Force. So.
And he had to spend that Palp Force to get on that range 2 shot because he rolled a blank focus, so that was way under.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting. I can't wait to see what the dice stats we'll take a look at later. If you guys are interested in those, they will be eventually posted up on the channel and then also in the our Facebook group. And we're going to do that from top 8, top 4, and the final game too. So, yeah. But now this turn, Rhett is back in this position of, do I turn into Ketsu? No. Do I turn away from Ketsu? Yes. Is that going to help me? No, because I'm going to run into Old T. Because Old T.
He's definitely he's doing too hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we should see a 2 bank from.
2 bank?
2 bank from the shuttle to the right?
And try to block Old T.
Yep. Because you can't let Old T get that fast. Oh, he's going fast. See. Here we go. So that 4 straight. So if Ryan bumps here, he just gets to throw the defender onto the rock for free.
I would have been like hard turning.
He took the target lock. And looks like a 1 straight again.
Yeah, I was thinking that the 2 bank was white.
Well, that's he's stressed. Well, he doesn't need an action
He,
at this point.
and Ryan did the 3. That's
This is
interesting.
interesting. This is a very interesting.
We're like way off on.
I would but I mean,
But I think both players are trying to, they're taking guesses and they're trying to not, they want to engage, but they don't want to be sloppy about it and aggressive.
right, and there we go. I just
And to a certain extent, Rhett does have to be a little bit more aggressive than Ryan does, which is maybe what we're seeing out of the remaining Delta.
I don't think it fits.
So does. Oh, it should be able to hold the.
That looked a lot closer on camera too. That's why I was like, that should fit, but it doesn't. But like yeah. Okay. So what we're saying is, okay, the width of the sides of of a large base ship is a range 2, right? So you're talking a 45-degree angle if you assume it's perfectly square. So it's 2 plus a little bit more. It's not 3. So at that angle, he should have fit, which is why that was interesting to me. Because they looked at it and they're like, I don't think that fits. And it's like, no, it should. And then they double checked.
Does Ketsu's ability work at range 0?
Yes. Ketsu's going to. Ryan's okay with this.
With
But,
this bow?
yeah.
He only has to. He's going to throw the defender on the rock, make him take rock damage, possibly make him.
Well, he just denies shots here.
And you deny the shot, and then maybe next turn you make sure that he has to go over the rock again.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think it'll be interesting to see where he decides to barrel roll.
Easy shields here.
No, but the only troubling thing is Ketsu has no mods on defense here, and this is probably going to be. I mean, Rhett is bound to have a good die roll from the shuttle. It's been a while since he's gotten some good attack dice, because Ketsu's still full health, or down one. Yeah, full health. So like, honestly though, if I think one of the interesting things here we've seen is that target lock early on by Ryan on that middle rock. That allowed Ketsu to be in this fight for so long right now.
Yeah. So now we've, as the play has progressed, Rhett did take the fight and he turned it and tried to expand it widthwise. A lot of times, defender players, they get into this narrow mode, so they're just going back and forth between basically 2 spots, and so it's real narrow. And when you see that, spread out and come in from the sides.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and I agree. I think Red did a really good job there. I think he disengaged properly with Red. I think he made the good engagement. And he was safe from the rock roll. So, oh, wow, Red is getting unlucky with his shuttle shots.
Yeah, the shuttle is
Just putting out one on those rolls. I mean, on average, on average, rolling 3 dice, he should get one of each result, other than a crit. Like, yeah, hit, focus, blank. So 2 hits there, right? That's with one focus or with a calculate essentially of the force. But he's
and you
he's
can even
unlucky.
make that a crit if whenever you get down to hull. When you get something down to hull, you're like crit turn pal.
Well, can Palp turn it to a crit? Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he could just spend it. I think it's just he spends it as a.
It's you can spend it as a regular like a regular force.
No. See, because in 2.0, when the defender ship defends or performs attack, you may spend it to modify its that. Yeah,
I always thought it was still you can still make turn.
Fifth brother is the one who turns it into a crit, but his disadvantage is it's only for the ship that he's equipped onto. So.
I guess the Palpatine did get nerfed pretty hard.
But I mean, but he's still unlimited range, just like Leia. But I think he's priced pretty fair. 11. Yeah. I honestly think 11 might be 1 point too high, but like defenders. Right. Wait, does that count as the defender damage complaint? I think it does.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable. We're just keeping him humble. And I mean, we're seeing good engagement from the shuttle by Rhett here,
Yeah,
and
Brett's been doing real well with the shuttle. I mean, if the shuttle's rolling what he should be, Ryan's hurting.
oh crap. We might have to. Do you need me to pause it and take a look? I think so, but I could take a double. I can make a closer look. I think it looks right. Let me do a quick check. Here. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Oh, they're playing. Okay, we're gonna get back to play. All right, they're back to play. So, um, I think we're good.
Too far for the defender. There's a
Oh, he's forgetting. Oh, he's not in his arc, so fearless won't trigger here. Two
two
shields.
more shields. So shields down on the.
What was the action? Did he target lock
What the?
with Ketsu? What did Ketsu? What did the shuttle action take? Oh, there we go, Reds. Okay, so two into Ketsu. So he had his.
Now the damage is starting to. And see what Rhett needed to do is Ryan had that big block at the start. So Ryan's got all his firepower concentrated. He wants to joust.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Red can't get more than one hit from
The
the
shuttle.
shuttle right now, and that is.
That's bad.
And you know what? You know what's crazy though? He's in keeping the shuttle in the game.
That's what he needs to do at this point.
Right, but he's like most of the time you see the shuttle, and most people don't use the shuttle.
They don't
he's
use the
he's
shuttle at all,
using
right?
the
The
shuttle,
shuttle-
not just as a coordinator, but as an attacker, and he's behind because of that. Because if we switch this over, okay, the shuttle's shot like 4 times now, and if you switch to 2 of those just hitting, Ketsu's probably down, or even OT down half at this point.
Right.
Right, like, I mean, I'm not expecting all the damage to go through, but it's just been
Nothing.
nothing on his end.
So like I was saying, so Ryan was so concentrated. Any defender that got in the middle of that, even 2 of them, we saw what happened. That was Ryan's game plan.
Oh yeah, and so like
So Rhett needed to break that up. Now Rhett's got this broken up. He's gotten something off the board. And I think Rhett's list functions better apart and not close together than Ryan's list does.
right, but now Ryan's bringing the team together.
They're
The
getting
band,
back
the band is
He's
getting
back together. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to use. I don't think you stop with the shuttle here. Do you stop with the shuttle, or do you stay? Because I think here's my guess: a 3 bank from you, a 3 bank from the defender to get its focus fade, right? Okay, then and then you use the shuttle. If you keep the shuttle 0 there, old T has to go through it. So I don't know if it fits. That's the thing I'm trying to convey here is old T wants to go past the shuttle now, run right into the defender, strip all of his tokens off, and then possibly take him off the board because well he won't because he got 2 shields and 3 hull left, but he can take it. Two shields and
3 Hall.
and defender has target locked Ketsu, so he has FCS, so he wants to keep shooting at Ketsu with the defender.
This is the 5 straight blue on the Fang.
On the Fang?
Yes.
No, the 5 straight is white.
What's the fastest blue on them?
Is he stressed? He is stressed. So good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So
The
3.
three straight. Good point. Yeah. So he'd have to do a 3.
I would, having played with Ryan hard enough. There we go. We'll get his.
He did a 3 bank to the left though. This is the disengagement I don't like personally. I mean it makes sense, but like he needs to keep that gun on catch.
Something. And Ryan is going to expect this here to stop here.
I think
I think he does.
But since he's not
The other part is the rocks and also in the way. So
well, he can go one straight and it wouldn't bump. From this angle, I think we can tell that. So what does he do? Zero stops. So, okay. Ketsu 5K. Is that onto that rock? Only time will tell? I don't think so. I don't think Ryan would hit that rock on that. Stressed. So yeah. Let's see here. Two straight. Take the bump. You take the bump,
Bump.
yeah,
Who
because
cares? You're not getting shot.
see, if he now would have done the two bank to the right and knocked out his evade, or done the three bank to the right and engaged there. Now I can't tell because of that rock, so maybe that's the issue. But he'd be murdering old T here with the defender.
And getting old T off the thing just frees you up. That's an awful.
Evade. He's trying to debate should he spend the evade or not.
That was
So
an
he got
awfully
he
poor
must have
roll
gotten
for.
2 hits. Yeah, Ryan must have gotten 2 hits on that roll, and then uh, yep, no shots, no shots. Back to dials. Okay, yeah. So that was. I think that was a good concern by Rhett there, because if old T does have that shot, he might want to save that evade because it would have been through a rock. You know, does he use the evade or does he use the palp force?
Even if Rhett would have on that previous turn did a one bank
With the defender?
with that
That would have been
defender.
a great position. That would have been an absolute great, because Ketsu can't shoot now at him. Ketsu shoots at the shuttle, which is fine for Ryan. He doesn't care at that point, or for
But
Rhett. But then
you're almost if he
you're range two of
you're
that
range two.
of a defang fighter.
You focus you focus.
He could have actually. I mean, again, this is us saying it in hindsight. So,
But
going through the minds. Oh, and this is a good way to plug this in, though. We will be doing the player commentary of these top 8 games, top 4, and the final game eventually, and loading them up on the Steel City Squadron site. So, we'll be asking Rhett what was going through your mind on that turn, and so we'll find out. So, but so stay tuned for those to come out in probably January is when we finally get around to those.
the nice part about this is you're seeing things in as we play the game. You know, in hindsight is always 2020, but afterwards, how we get better. We'll talk between each other and having these games and being able to go back and say, I wonder what happens if I do this.
Yeah, and
What happens if I do that?
yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why we started doing this the recording of this stuff too. So, all right. So is that a one bank or a one straight? Okay, so he doesn't move. He bumps, but it's
He
not
clears
a.
the stress.
Yeah.
Who cares? That's the right move for the shuttle.
This is a 3 hard to the right, which I think is going to be bad.
No,
4K.
Yeah, he
Wait.
doesn't want to be near the rock.
No, that's not a 4K. That was a 4 straight. He did a 4 straight and is now barrel rolling or boosting to the right. That's the boost. So there was a boost to the right. So he's banking. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was a good move by Rhett.
Yeah,
That was a great move by Rhett.
yeah. See,
He's all he's doing here. All Rhett is really doing here is using is the defender as a bait. Gets Ryan to turn towards the defender, and now he's gonna. And this is what we were talking about. This is this bad dice roll issue that Rhett's been having, right? He's been shooting so many times at Ketsu with a shuttle, with a mod, and hasn't done any damage because his dice have been bad, I believe. So safe. Okay, so that was old T shot into. I think Ryan's attack dice have been absolutely hot this in late game. Look at that. That's once again. Once again. One hit there. Now he got 2 eyeballs.
and he must have been range 1 to the Fang.
No, he fired at Ketsu on that shot.
I'm thinking that shot. I want.
No, yeah, there's no point shooting at a. Old T still had his focus, so Old T focus range one of the shuttle. He's fine. He's in great shape. So go ahead, shoot at me. I got Concordia on a focus. You know, um, there's no point shooting at that one. So I agree going into Ketsu.
Yeah.
Let's just do a quick health check over there. So
I'll go.
that's number 4 for you. So we're just Arthur's doing us a quick health check, making sure our stats line up with what's going on in the game. All right, so we saw the 4K. We good. Only the 2 shields down on Ketsu.
On Ketsu,
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So that one bank once again does not fit. I mean, Rhett, I think personally is desperate for a target lock.
Yeah, he needs to get some locks. He needs to start generating some mods.
So
But
where do you think Ketsu went though? To the left? I think she did 3. Actually, this will probably end up being better for Rhett because he might maintain guns on Ketsu. Because I can't see Ryan turning towards the defender at this point, which is behind Rhett's arm in the top right corner of the board. You can see his focus and evade tokens.
yeah, sometimes the hardest part is about being a commentator is we get this slight angle to the mat.
I try my best with the camera.
But you always have when you always see these matches, your eyes are you're sitting here and you're commentating and you're like, how did that fit? A
Yeah.
lot of times it's you're able to move around when you're actually playing and see the actual positioning.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like right now I'm still a better uh, predictor of my movement when I'm playing on Vassal. So I love my overhead view. I love it perfectly square, and so I do fly. I think personally better when I'm on Vassal, especially since I'm one of those players who also like bumps everything in person, and I'm like, oh well, that ship wasn't there. Now I'm going to go through that rock, and it's always on my own stuff too. So at least it's not my opponents. I hate to adjust my opponents on that one. 72 minutes remaining.
He boosts there. He'll still be in the defender's arc.
I mean, he's not really. Yeah, old T's in a bad position right now, but not a terrible position.
I was saying if he boosted in, he would still be there.
No, so this is the defender shot, spending the palp force, safe. Had to spend an old T's focus, which is great. Now let's see.
That
This will
should be
be.
range two.
It should be range 2.
Take down, take down.
Well, they're going back to dials. Oh, that was defender did not have a shot. That was the Lambda shuttle, with a decent roll that time finally.
Yeah.
So
Now I think you definitely won bank, and you just chase down, keep the shuttle on, make
well,
old T.
the shuttle will never catch up to old
No.
T. So I think he continues his Ketsu pursuit here.
You think he goes with Ketsu? I mean,
Or maybe you do too hard. Maybe you do it too hard here with the shuttle. That has the rear guns at least, and then that maybe keeps a pursuit on old T. Because if old T goes fast, well, old T's stressed, so he's going to be doing either two or three straight. I mean, the defender needs to do a 5 straight here.
Yeah, he needs to do a 5 because old T I think will go back towards the defender, 2 bank, and then maybe a boost to turn hard. Start bringing him around, start chasing.
But or does he try to regroup? Because I don't know. I'm not sure which direction I would go with old T
Ryan
here.
has so many options, and Rhett's doing a good job of trying to keep them split up.
Yes, yeah.
The
That's a
minute
great
they
point.
get back together and get focused on the defender is just going to say, ow.
Yeah, and I mean,
Rhett's playing very defensively, just like he needs to, because until he gets rid of Old Tarok, I think, or Ketsu, and maybe if it's just Old T versus the defender and the shuttle, maybe Rhett's.
well, if it's old T versus old T versus the defender and shuttle, I don't think old T wins that. It's tough, but it's doable. Um,
There's a too hard
To the left. Okay, so he gets to keep a big gun on Ketsu, he has more potential to doing damage,
damage too, and he
and
still has the rear gun. So if he and you should always check that rear gun,
Yep.
especially see what you got. Maybe you have that nice range too.
Yep, yep. Okay, so we're gonna see a boost here from the defender, trying to make sure it's at range, because Brian probably did. There it is, the 5K there.
Who's doing more K turns?
What is Ketsu a defender over there? Uh, that's how you get kicked out of commentating.
That's how you have Ryan throw something at you.
That too, that helps. Hey, we got to keep him humble.
Hey, we're trying to help out Rhett here. That
All right,
shuttle's
so
not doing him
so you were right on that call there, Arthur. With he just did a two bank. He went towards the left, and he's just gonna boost now. So I think that was a safe.
That was the safe option for
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah. Now is and that's into the shuttle. Takes two more. 5 hull left on the big on the shuttle.
And it
Jeez. Jeez. They've been terrible. This is what we've been saying. So you like, we get, the players are acknowledging it. The the dice for the shuttle have been just awful. And like we said earlier, like he has a mod. He almost always has a mod. Now, what was Rhett's action that turn though?
That was a too hard.
Oh, which is red for them.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
there
a
we
red
go.
maneuver.
There
That
we go.
dial
That-
changed nothing from 2.0 or 1.0 to 2.0.
2.0.
And actually, it's actually a really good dial it represents the shuttle very well.
Yeah, I mean
it takes skill to fly it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few ship dials in the game that I believe complement the purpose of the ship. The shuttle is one of them, and the other one, for sure, is the droid fighter, the regular droid fighter. That dial fits it amazingly. Unfortunately, though, the opposite end, if you look at the Republic V19, that dial is so complementary for what it needs to be doing out there that it's probably one of the worst dials in the game, in my personal opinion. Okay, so we're seeing a block coming. I think this is a good spot for the shuttle, trying to get a good block on Ketsu. Yeah, he has to. Old T's out of the fight here for probably another round. Even if he does a one hard boost and then he cuts in with a 5 straight. I think that was too fast. I think.
Yeah,
I think.
I think Ketsu just.
Oh, okay.
So we get the bump. Right, that's what he wanted.
Okay, so that protects him from from Ketsu's ability to tractor him. But if he hits him and Old T somehow is in this combat, which I don't think he will be, he can still hurt the defender. Will he? I highly doubt it.
Not with focus.
And then the nice thing is Rhett can now he has his evade for defense, he has the target lock for attack, and he has the focus and the palp force for offense or defense. So
yeah,
if he only gets one focus here, spend the palp force. If he spends the evade, takes nothing. So and you know what's the nice thing? There it is. Takes 2 crits. So this is the turn that Rhett needed.
What were they, Ryan?
Thank you. So a stunned pilot, so he can't run into rocks, and a hull breach, which is really, really bad for Ketsu at this point. She has 6 hull and 2 shots, because he will probably get a shot with the shuttle here. And the defender, stun pilot. Okay, yeah, we'll take that interaction. So the interaction that he's looking up is if if stun pilot still triggers with Kira crew. Go to the FFG official forum. That's the best way to check. All right, we're gonna kind of go in a weird mic situation here, so let me see.
I think Kira would cancel out stun pilot.
Well, stunned pilot. We gotta look at the actual. We gotta look at the card itself. So
Because I think Kira says ignore. So
I gotta find the card. Stun pilot. X-wing.
Okay, where's this at? What is it in the forums?
Yeah, go into the forums. Let's try and find it in the forums here. I'll still try to do things.
I think this is called. This is a. Nope, that's Destiny.
Because we gotta take a look at just the pure wording of everything.
Rules questions. Here we go.
Stun pilot. After you execute a maneuver, if you move through or overlap an obstacle, suffer 1 damage. Now, Kira allows you to ignore it,
yeah,
but you're still moving through it. That's the interaction play that we're messing with here.
But I think Kira says ignore. So
Yeah, so in Kira. Alright. Stun pilot and ignoring obstacles, because this is the same thing with dash, actually. Or dash Kira, prevent the ship. Ignoring obstacles and ignoring their effects, you still overlap the obstacle, which is the trigger for stun. It doesn't care whether you've suffered the effects of the obstacle set. Ryan, Kira does not prevent stun pilot, because stun pilot is about moving through and not suffering the effects of the obstacle at all. So if you overlap or move through the rock, she's ignoring the effects. What? This is, we're right on the forums right now, but this kind of makes sense to me too. I'm trying. No, I'm looking at trying to find it right now. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah.
Let's see. I wish there was a search on this.
Huh. That would be handy.
It's FFG.
Oh well, hold on. We could go to our dice forums, our group forums.
I'm looking at the official rulings and I didn't see it.
There it is.
Yeah, I know. I said
Okay.
I didn't see the anything about Kira and stun pilot in there.
yeah, because I know that Kira
Oh, wait a minute.
says ignore obstacles. That you
What
are
does
blocking.
ignore obstacles mean? Do? Okay.
It doesn't say anything about effects on it.
A ship that is ignoring obstacles does not apply the effects of overlapping or moving through them. However, the obstacles are still treated as being present for the effects that check for their presence or absence.
Okay, so stun pilot would trigger based on that.
That statement.
Yeah. Ryan, it does not work. Just here, we'll explain it to him after, Arthur. Yeah. So we looked at the official FFG form. I mean, this is a good question. Those are one of those rules where like, wait, how does this work? Okay, again, the question in the official FFG form: what does ignoring obstacles mean? Do Han Solo, Kira work together? What about Dash Rendar and the Outrider title? They were talking about in there, and I'm paraphrasing it, is like talking of attacks and obstructions, but the rock is still present. It just says you ignore it for you. Like they're saying, like when you attack, you get to ignore the rock there, but you have to count for it, essentially, as it's still existing, in the weirdest way. So things that I think that do not ignore the obstacles when resolving effects that interact with a ship that is ignoring obstacles. For instance, when a ship is ignoring obstacle defense, if the attack is obstructed, still rules 1 additional defense die because the attacker is not ignoring the effects of the obstacles. However, obstacles that are still treating being present for effects that check for the presence or absence. Additionally, an attack that is obstructed by the obstacle, even with the effects of the obstacle, are ignored. This applies to such the Outrider, Han Solo, and Trickshot talent. So I'm still in the agreement that it would. Kira does not stop stun pilot at all.
I would agree with that based on that there. That was the only thing I could find with that.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I think there needs to be a more official ruling. Okay. He can put it one tractor, but it doesn't actually tractor it. So Rhett disengaged. The shuttle bumped probably.
Ketsu.
Yep.
One hit.
Palp.
Palp taking no damage. Good move. He needs to keep the shuttle alive.
Yep.
Range 2 shot here from Old T. Ooh, we're seeing hit crit. Hit crit coming into the shuttle. Still alive. Blinded.
Blinded. Well, it wasn't doing damage anyway. Now it's going to do even less.
Yeah. Watch us see here.
2v2.
Watch us see here some. Look at that. Jeez. Alright, so this is. I think we see the shuttle melt die this turn.
Yeah.
At this point, Ryan has to take it off the board. He has to take it off the board. He has to make sure that it's dead. It has to take away the palpability, and then he has to. It prevents that pop damage into Ketsu. I think we see a too hard to the left here with Old T. So Old T is currently facing towards Ryan on the left side of the board, and we'll see him boost in towards the middle of the board, or too hard in towards the middle of the board, and prevent that 3 hard from the defender.
Well, the defender's going to do the 3 hard.
Yeah. But I mean, did he stop? He stopped. Okay. I don't agree with the stop there, but. Oh. I don't like that move.
No.
That's a bad move. I think.
Because if you want to try to block that too hard from Old T.
Well, if Ryan doesn't too hard from Old T here, um, it's going to look like a great move. If Ryan too hard's in here with Old T, it's going to look like a really terrible move.
Well, in the 0 stop there, I think that you.
I don't like this boost. I get that he's trying to block Ketsu, and Ketsu doesn't get any shots and all this fun stuff, but yeah, bump there. Clears the stress. Gets no actions.
And Ryan
And
does like a 2 straight here.
you think nope, he did the
Did
too
too
hard.
hard.
See, so now he gets the boost in, take a focus. He's not going to get shot at by either ship.
Good.
And, yep, there we go. Oh no, so he boosted that way to guarantee the range 1. He wanted to make sure he get it, and then he strips that evade token.
Flick.
So, get it out of there.
And now you have the range 1, Concordia Dawn, Fearless.
With a focus. Fearless. Oh, spending it, going for full. To shields, and it looks like a haul.
That's a good shot for.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, Ryan wishes he had Ketsu shooting at him to kill him that turn, but.
Ultimately, I think that that 2 hard, the 3 hard would have been better there.
Fire control system here, and there's 3 hits, and these are all crits because this is going into Ketsu. 2 crits. Okay.
But this is the power of those defenders.
Well,
Even with
so Red has great shots with Ketsu because he has the palp force and he has the fire control system active with them, which is great. His defenders is finally doing what he needs to do there. On defense, though, it sucks. It's sucking not on. It's doing bad right now because of Old T stability out there.
He's still on the board.
See, I think you should have maybe with Rhett don't stop that turn and like does the 2 hard instead because of the fact because look at this, he's out. He's out of combat. The shuttle's out of combat this turn. Or even if it is,
It's just dying.
yeah.
But from there, I think if he goes 3 straight with the defender, OT can't do a 1 heart. He'll be blocked.
Well, he's red, so he's not going to do that anyways. He's going to do a 2 bank here. Old T's doing a 2 bank
Yes.
to the right. Old T's coming in to take out the shuttle this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Old T's coming in to take
Yeah,
out the
the
shuttle.
shuttle's-
And the defender will go in to take out Ketsu.
But Ketsu's going to get that shoot first, and if he does, he's throwing Ketsu onto the rock, or Ketsu's throwing it onto the rock. So
Not at the front arc.
Ryan turned in. I guarantee you that Ryan turned in with at least a bank. So now basically he's forcing, if he wants to prevent. See, if he gets that range 1 arc on him there, he gets to throw him onto a rock right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And yeah, old team might not have any mod shots into the shuttle, but pot shots for free, no return shot. Take that. I'll take that.
And so what if he gets blocked here?
So, but if he boosts now, okay. So if Rhett boosts here,
If he boosts, he might not
he's not.
close enough to get. No, he just focused.
Yep. See, Ryan came in right for the defender with Ketsu, so the defender is gonna go onto the rock this turn. So they're gonna try and make sure they get this angle correct, because this is a key angle here.
Yes.
If Ryan doesn't have the defender in the arc with Ketsu,
Ketsu probably goes bye-bye.
I don't think Ketsu's gonna die. She got 4 health left. I mean, it's all hull breaches, so
Yeah.
this is good. Yeah.
There's a good chance of pulling a couple of directs.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
then
true.
that extra 1 damage from that direct hit is also face up.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
It's a hull breach. So
Both he has 2 hull breaches. He has 2 hull breaches, stun pilot, and damaged engine.
the damaged engine is, I think, the worst for.
He just got it, and at this point, I don't think it really matters that much. Yeah. Okay. What? So it's a 2 bank bump. Look. Now, here's a fun thing. Do you just? Because he could have actually. Wait.
Throw it onto the rock.
Well, he can't get rid of the tokens. So we got to make sure that he doesn't get rid of the tokens. Yeah, okay, because he should keep. Wow, takes a crit. If it's a direct hit, it's game over for him.
Right, what was the crit?
We'll get it. We'll get it later. This is into
James is going to look for us.
fuel leak.
Fuel
Okay,
leakage doesn't matter.
and that's it for the shuttle.
I was saying that the power of the defender is.
Old T got a pot shot into the and just obliterated the shuttle.
That's exactly what I expected there.
Yeah.
Is the power of the defenders is even with that monstrous opening, Ryan just wiped the defender right off the board.
But yeah, I mean, but that's.
And this game's still relatively.
Well, defenders are tough to kill. I think Rhett did a great job getting the engagement to turn around. He got to kill Cavill, which was good, even though it wasn't the primary target for him. He got to kill him because
got
if
something-
Cavill was still on the board this whole time, shuttle's dead like 4 turns ago because the Cavill is the shuttle killer.
Right.
Okay, so this might be back through the rock. Oh, he rolled to see if he lived through the rock. Did he roll an evade to see if he was safe through the rock? It's his evade. Ryan 5Ks. Ryan then 2 hards. He strips. He gets a range 1 shot from ulti. Ulti should finish this guy off.
There's the 5K.
Yep.
Rhett's been doing everything he can to. I still think he needed to try to get rid of Old T first.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You get rid of Old Tarok,
Well, I mean, he's.
and you have to accept that first round you're losing your tokens on the defender.
Yeah, right. I agree.
But you make sure that you.
He might not actually get the shot here, so we'll see. So he barreled, focused, and let's see here. Is he debating? Does he actually have it? Because he's waiting to see. Do I have this actually in arc? Because if I do, I'll take the shot. If I don't have him in arc, well, I don't need to take the stress. But he's gonna take it. I think he's calling it. I think it is based on in. No, it's reverse for them. Wow. Safe. That's when he rolls natties. So Rhett probably 4Ks here. Um, he has to turn around and start shooting again.
Yeah, he can't. If you run, you're just gonna.
Yeah, he needs to shoot
The
here.
yeah.
He needs what he actually ideally he needs to happen here is prevent Old T from shooting at him for 2 turns
To go get rid of.
and kill Ketsu. Because if he can kill Ketsu, then he has a chance to win this. 6.
James, our new statistic is how many times does Ryan complain about a defender?
Yep, there's the 2 hard. He's
Boost in, take
boost.
your focus.
So Rhett, just slide away your tokens. 3 straight. That's all Ketsu can do. Ketsu's basically out of this game now, but Ketsu did her job.
Ketsu's done amazing.
I mean, this list is scary.
Yeah, and it's ideally set up to deal with the list that Ryan was facing.
Yep. Oh, there it is. That's gonna be game. Hey. All right. Hey, thanks again for watching. We will get back to you with our top 4 game. Our winner for today is Ryan, taking out the last defender there. 200. Yeah, let's get those points properly updated there. Well, 200 because he defeated him to 100. Great game by both players. Great run by Rhett. Awesome job. And we'll see you next time in the top 4. Thanks for watching.